What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Girlies Podcast. This is your girl, Lily.
This is Veronica Towers.
And your boy, Eric. Welcome back.
Welcome back to another
it's your boy.
week.
Welcome back.
Episode 2. We made it to the next week.
Yeah. Literally this time I feel a little bit like behind. I feel like season 1 we were like 2 weeks ahead even in the beginning. 2 weeks ahead, and now we're literally recording the day before we had to post.
We were like, what are we talking about this week?
We spent last night a few hours to
Plan.
compose this episode for you, and I think it's gonna be a interesting one.
Yeah. We also talked a little bit about like what to expect for this season, like what we're trying to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have some goals at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
At the finale episode. Do you guys recall what they were? I think one of them was that we were gonna implement video for season 2.
And look at us.
Look at them now.
You can see me waving.
Oh, you have to bleep the middle finger, huh?
No.
Oh,
We're explicit.
okay.
Yeah. You have to bleep it. Now we don't.
I just did like unironically did the It's Giving nails.
But yeah.
Yeah, those
Video,
are our goals.
video,
Celebrity
TikTok.
guest.
We need a
Celebrity
celebrity guest.
Putting in more effort into planning. That's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It may look easy, but honestly, there's a lot of wheels working on this bus because they're going round and round, round and round, round and round.
And we got other shit going on too.
Yeah.
So it's hard to balance, but that's a goal. Let's check it off our list.
Yeah. And I'm also a fan. I don't know if I'm anal in this way, but I want everyone to like have an assigned role. Like for me, I need to know what is expected of me so I could deliver that. Like specifically. If not, I feel like discombobulated.
I'm like, you get what you get from me. And that's it.
That ain't gonna fly anymore, honey.
No, but yeah, assigning roles to us and like having our own little said in
Our own
this
wheel
podcast.
on this bus.
That's gonna keep us structured, disciplined.
But now that we are on camera, how do you guys feel? Is it auxiliary cord?
It's not awkward for me. I'm kind of used
It's
to
not
having the
Aquafina.
camera be recording me because I did have my little YouTuber moment in 2020. Go check it out.
She was a vlogger.
Yeah, so I'm not awkward in front of a camera anymore. I could work with it.
It's a little bit awkward because I get a little like stunned when the camera goes on. Even when I first started recording, it was like, I'm being recorded. But nah, I think I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
Literally recorded twice, 3
Yeah.
times.
But still, I mean, you also had your little YouTuber moment.
Yeah.
So
Go check it out. It's on YouTube.
I
At
didn't
Huevos
have a little
con Weenie.
YouTube moment.
Yeah.
But I did participate in a lot of Eric's videos. And it's like mukbangs, or it's the 3 of us. Iconic.
We haven't done it in like
we
2
need
years.
to revisit. We were
The
doing
girlies
annually
do. Mm-hmm,
The girlies do a mukbang.
this season on the podcast. Ew, all the noises.
Yeah, maybe not. Also, what do you guys feel our dynamic is now? Like season 2, now that we know what our goals are, we know what we want, like, where do you feel we're at?
I think we're at the point of like we just need to execute. Execute.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree with you. It's like all of our ideas are on paper already. We've discussed it. It's just like getting it done. Get her done.
Making time and doing time, but not in jail.
Yes, thank you for the clarification. Not in jail.
Okay, the title of this episode is "What do you want to be when you grow up?" when brainstorming for this episode, we started off brainstorming with the game of Cards Against Humanity. Get the juices flowing.
I was like, let's get the comedic juices flowing. Let's chuckle a little bit. Hee hee ha ha's.
And it worked.
Yeah. So funny.
But when we were brainstorming, I was just thinking about how we're like here now. We're doing the whole podcast thing. We're also like doing other roles or like jobs on the sides. Well,
some of us are unemployed.
Some of us. But there's so many roles, you know, in our lives. And so I was just thinking about like, okay, what do we want to be when we grow up? Like, what are we doing now? Like, what changed? And I was like, yeah, let's talk about that in the podcast. Brought that up to the girlies. They were like, fuck yeah.
Who did you want to be when you grew up?
Who did I want to be?
What did you want to do?
Ellen DeGeneres, a white woman. I don't know. I feel like, you know, when you're a kid, you want to do like these big things.
An astronaut.
Like
a policeman.
the president.
Hashtag ACAB.
Stop. But yeah.
A police officer.
Yeah.
The really basic ones. Not that, you know, you're basic if you're a police officer or a firefighter. We love y'all.
But if you were a kid and said
some
that,
of
you
y'all.
were basic.
Oof.
We
love the firefighters for sure. But like dream jobs growing up, we probably went through so many like career paths, you know, as kids that we wanted to go and do. But what is like the earliest dream job that you can think of? What was your earliest dream job? Like for me, it was being a teacher. I really wanted to be a teacher.
Did
as
you know
an
what
elementary
grade?
School kid. Huh?
Did you know what grade you wanted to teach?
No, I just wanted to be a teacher. I was like in elementary school, bro. I don't know. I was like, I just want to be a teacher because I want to write on whiteboards. Because I like writing on whiteboards. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
I don't know. I never really wished to work. But I don't know. I don't think I had a dream job. It was just like whatever was my interest at the time. But I always knew I wanted to be something in like in the entertainment industry, like music or like acting, but I can't act for shit.
When Disney Channel had those like open castings to upload a video, so you could like have a chance to win, to be part of the new Sweet Life on
I
Deck.
was just so fucking shy, but like I wanted to try it, but I never did.
As a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Were you scouted at the mall?
No, bitch. A little brown girl. They don't be scouting us like that back in the days.
What about you, Eric? What did you want to be as a kid? Your earliest memory?
I think my earliest well, actually, look, I wrote on my college applications, I wrote that I wanted to be a doctor because, like, when my finger was kind of like, what do you call it? Amputated, but like put back on, that like inspired me to like be in the medical field. And I thought that was so cool and it had such an impact. And like I started volunteering early college, like freshman year, and realized that I didn't want to be a doctor. I ended up being a phlebotomist and working like in a diagnostics lab.
Well, since we're bringing it back around, you wanted to be a teacher. Look at you now.
I know. Full circle moment.
Miss Lily.
Did they say
hey
teacher?
Miss?
Hey Miss or Miss Lily or yeah, that's it. Today, I got one of the little girlies crying because I told her she can't throw away her lunch trash inside the classroom. It has to be outside.
And she cried. Aww.
But no, it's all a plan. It's all a plan. See, she cries, but they're like crocodile tears. She didn't do it. She didn't even end up taking it out. She was just like, oh my God, and just like hugged me, like the sob story, you know, like, oh my God. Still got away with it. Still got away with it. There.
Me when I hugged it out with the person who freaking rear-ended. I mean, like hit me.
You
hit my car. We hugged it out. We're like,
why'd you hug with someone you got into an accident with?
I don't want to talk about it. Off the record. My car's still fucked up.
Yeah, but now I'm like pursuing a whole different career in journalism, and I actually feel like this one has stuck. Like I'm excited about it. So it's been a few years and I'm still excited about it, which is a good sign. Yeah, because I'm very quick to get over things.
Me over here changing majors like 5 times.
For real.
Before like picking
You
something.
changed your major 5 times?
Yes.
Like literally
Like
every
I started
2 semesters.
Literally. I started as a bio in the SINA Science College, and then I got out of science, went into CHAS, which is humanities. I was undeclared for a few quarters. Then I thought I wanted to do sociology, and then I thought I wanted to do computer science, and I thought I wanted to do English, and then I ended up sticking with sustainability because I only had a few classes left for that major, and I was like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
So it's like
Enough
the quickest
is enough.
route.
Yeah. And I ended up enjoying it actually.
That's
like
good.
I learned about
menos.
feminism, I learned about genderqueer theory, and yeah, that's it really built me in who I am today, and I'm actually glad that I was exposed to that kind of academia, because in public school I wouldn't have been exposed,
No, you
or I
wouldn't.
wasn't exposed.
Was there any profession that you wanted to do where your parents were like, I don't know about all that? Like maybe they weren't super supportive of it.
If they did, I didn't care. But my sister, on the other hand, her being an art major,
Yeah.
and not letting me, well, not that she didn't let me, she just really advised against me going to school for music. Because she was like, you're
As coming from someone that's doing
Okay,
art.
someone who did art.
I know. But I guess, she also understands that what people say is true. It's hard to get a fucking job
Yeah.
with these kinds of degrees.
How are you gonna get a job with that major?
Yeah.
That
So-
energy.
But she always, encouraged
It's
me
fake.
That's sad. She always encouraged me to still, pursue music in some way. Do it as a minor or just take music classes anyway. But
Have
not
you?
a career.
But have you?
Yeah, I took a chorus class, and I'm gonna take appreciation of music this semester.
Ooh. What about you, Eric? Were parents always supportive of your career changes? Or,
Yes, but
specific
also
jobs?
they were kind of in the dark, and also I feel like they didn't have a grasp of the idea of what college really is and the way we go about taking courses that fit our major. Like I think they feel like it's just like black and white. You go to school, you take a couple courses, and you come out titulado with a career and a job. And now I don't know. I'm done with college. I'm almost 2 years out, and I still don't know what to do.
It'd be like that.
I'm doing this podcasting and I'm having fun, but I gotta pay bills.
This podcast don't pay the bills.
No, but it's really fun to do.
Yeah,
it's really
it
fun
is.
to have something to do weekly and get up and do something and publish something.
Yeah.
But no one really talks about that. After college, trying to find a job and get into your career from what you majored in, but it's not that easy. I feel like I did feel a lot of pressure from my mom to find something super secure and that would make me a lot of money. And it was always jobs like be a nurse or be I don't know, somewhere in the medical field. Because that was a secure, good paying job. So when I wanted to be a teacher, she was like, they don't really get paid that much. Or when I wanted to be a chef at one point and do culinary school, she was like, for what? That's not a real job, or you're not going to get paid, la la la. Yeah.
Dang.
Harsh. But yeah, that was the reality of me switching so much career paths. It did feel a lot of pressure to just stick with one.
Something I also want to emphasize, my parents did kind of like put a pressure of like finding a job that will guarantee like benefits,
Yeah.
medical, dental, 401k,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But being in the job market right now, I'm realizing that like employers do not want to spend that type of money
No, they don't.
on their employees. So we're gonna each and one of us are gonna go down a list of jobs we've done or like career
Wanted to do.
paths that we wanted to take, but you know something else came up and took our interest.
Yeah.
My parents killed our dreams.
Yikes.
All right. What we wanted to do, our career paths. Here we go. For me, I wanted to be a teacher, elementary school. That's the earliest memory I have. I really just wanted to write on whiteboards. I didn't know if there was anything else I needed to do as a teacher. Number 2, I wanted to be a nurse at one point because I liked
What
helping
type of nurse
people.
though?
I don't
There's
know.
so many nurses. You got your LVNs.
You
An
have your
RN,
You have
an
your-
RN.
You have your
You have your
Asian
nurse
nurse.
The ones who
assistant.
would go into the doctor's office and like take your little
And then
shot.
you have
That's
your
the
nur-
medical assistant.
And then you have your nurse practitioners.
The ones who give you your shots at like Kaiser.
they're
come
either,
in.
They're either an LVN, medical assistant, like RN sometimes.
LVN, I think, probably.
Just a nurse.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do because I liked helping people.
Everyone
A chef because I really liked cooking at that time and wanted to see where that
what would
can
you
go.
make?
Literally like huevos con pini. Other foods I would
Chef.
help my mom. Like I really thought I was doing something. I obviously wasn't.
Gordon Ramsay, Emerald.
I wanted to be a vet
Potatoes.
because I really liked animals. I really loved animals, so I
A
wanted to be a
vet?
vet.
Oh, cute.
A counselor, which could still happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
I really wanted to be a counselor or want to be. YouTuber. I added this bitch to the list because for such a long time I was obsessed with YouTube growing up with it that I wanted to become a YouTuber, but I never really did anything until like my old ass now.
You're not old.
Not old, but man, imagine if I would have started as a
high
kiddo.
school, dude?
Yeah.
It's never too late to start.
And then music producer because I really love music and
Tally
I
up.
felt like I would be a sick ass producer. I don't know if I was producing music. Like I know music. But yeah, that's my list.
Okay. I have quite a list. I wanted to be a photographer, which I still love to take photos, but just as a hobby. I wanted to be a librarian because I wanted to just hang out in a book
And
place.
shush people.
I mean, no, that'd just be a perk. Just like be surrounded by books, whatever, have the whole aesthetic.
The glasses.
Uh-huh. Then I wanted to be a writer, which I guess I still kind of want to, but just in a different way. A movie critic. A Broadway star. I had my moment where I was convinced that I was like gonna do the whole thing. I was gonna go to open call auditions. Literally,
Hasn't gone anywhere.
yeah. Then ultrasound technician. I actually went to school for this. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on the podcast, but I did go to school for ultrasound. That did not work out for me. It was not my
Calling.
path. It was not my calling. Yeah. So it didn't do that. What else? Oh, and a music director, which like a music director is in charge of putting together the soundtrack for films. And that's it for me.
So for me, it's I said doctor. I already mentioned doctor. I also had my nurse moment. Recently, I've been on my robotics engineer moment, and I kind of re-enrolled, but I can't give it my all right now. For a moment, I was looking into the USC producer program to be like a movie producer.
Okay, producers.
But that was like after graduating from UCR, because I was trying to see if I could like implement sustainability into like entertainment industry, and it is possible. It is possible. I also had my YouTuber moment, but it's more of a hobby than like a career path.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl that you're not doing YouTube.
Also, cannabis. I had my little cannabis moment, and I've been trying to break through to the cannabis industry, but yeah, it's hard out here. I also applied for Instacart. I had my Instacart moment. Got my credit card, everything ready to like go, but never have taken a job to like actually go pick up groceries. Also I had my like audio production, like audio recording moment. But I ended up choosing sustainability studies, but
Well, that's interesting. The little girlies,
What we wanted
fetus
to do
girlies. Yeah.
versus what we're doing now. I mean, yeah, and I feel like that's going to continue to change. I mean, as adults, we probably should have a better idea of what's like stable enough to sustain a living. But, you know, our interests, we're going to find new interests. We're going to maybe even have career changes in the future. You know, I know grown ass people who are on their like third, fourth career of their life.
Yeah. I think what's important is just to be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's the times are changing and is way past us, but we're just focused on like, and it's sad to say, but like the benefits and like
Yeah.
all those perks that sound really good and are good. Don't get me wrong. But most jobs that make us happy don't offer those.
Literally.
Sadly. But we're doing this podcast. Look at us. I think all three of us girlies can agree that we're destined for something. No, like there's a drive in us that must go on.
Yeah.
my drive
gotta
is
be
to not
something.
labor. I
Yeah.
don't want to clock in into a little job where a little corporation has my stealing my time and paying me my little ass wage, like, and having to deal with some like petty ass coworkers. I just don't see that in my near future.
But we are starting something from the bottom up, and it's this podcast.
So it's that time where we go ahead and take our little smoke break. You know, to recap, we touched on some of the career paths that we thought we wanted to take in our adolescence into our early adulthood. But after the break, we're going to talk more about what it's like in the work environment and the career goals the girlies have for now and the near future. So we'll be right back.
BBL wave. Welcome back, girly girls. Oh,
My notebook.
please stand by.
Where's my notebook? No, it's
Beep.
okay.
By Nicholas Sparks.
I love that movie. When was the last time you guys saw The Notebook?
Maybe like a year ago, but you know, it's a movie I watch often.
I think a few months ago I played it on mute at the shop with subtitles.
My favorite scene
Silent
is
film.
the where it's raining, they're at the dock, and then like she's like, "Why didn't you write me? I wrote you 365 days."
The people are like, no, because there's no post on Sundays. It's not 365 days. I mean, he could have still sent it out.
And on that note, we wanted to talk about the job labor. Dun, dun,
The job
dun.
Work labor.
The work labor. The
No,
job,
labor.
the job force.
labor
market.
workforce. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your experiences in the workforce? Have you guys had a lot of jobs?
I feel like I haven't had a lot of jobs. I really didn't start working until I was 18.
Oh, okay.
And I lasted a long time in my job, so I wasn't like
Your
bouncing
smoothie
around.
moment.
My smoothie moment. I worked at a smoothie bar. Oh, yeah. I probably have had like, I don't know, 6 jobs in my life.
I don't know how many jobs I have. Me counting like if I know. I don't know how many jobs I've had. But I started working at 20. But I started volunteering around 15. So just, giving my free labor,
Yeah.
not receiving no
Fumbling
compensation.
your bag is what you were doing.
Yeah.
I've had a shit ton of jobs. Like a lot. I can't even sit here and count. Yeah, I've had a lot of jobs.
My favorite one was the one where you were working for the scammer.
I knew you were going to mention the fucking scammer. Yeah, I worked for this guy who turned out to be a fucking scammer. And that's why I left, because I found out he was
Her
scamming.
integrity.
Honestly. Oof, never forget. I told one of the employees there, I'm leaving because of the ethics. Like the ethics of the company. And she told him that. He's like, because we're Asian. She's like, ethics, not ethnic.
Because of the ethnics, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Like, no, bitch. Because you're a fucking scammer.
Dude, you're the depiction of that tweet that goes around that says nobody finds a job faster than someone who can't keep a job or does it or like jumps around from job to job.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm experienced this.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. The other day you said something about like someone keeping a job. Like, I don't know. You were the one that said that phrase. And like, I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. And I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it because it's like a negative connotation. Like
Keeping a job.
Yeah. Like you can't keep a job.
Mm-hmm.
That phrase, like.
Well, maybe employers can't retain their fucking employees.
Yes. And also like. So many people settle. They stay at their job and they just settle and they're bored and like that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna waste my time here.
And become submissive to clocking in.
And like I know that
get into the cycle, the same job.
honestly. Yeah, so that's why I've had so many jobs. And like
Experience.
I'll keep bouncing around until I, find something that I want to do long term.
Yeah, I feel like I can't keep a job either. I get bored really quick, or there's always some little drama going on with the coworkers, or I just
That's your 13th
am not
reason.
vibing. Yeah, definitely. Once I'm not vibing and not fucking around with like my work environment, I'm like ready to bounce and find something new.
Yep, that's super important.
Lo
to me,
bueno
too.
que I don't have children,
And you can afford to do that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have no
so
one depending on me.
So yeah, I also don't want to sound like privileged or like because I'm allowed to, leave a job. I'm very lucky to be able to do that because I know a lot of people are stuck at jobs that they don't like, but because they have
por
to.
necesidad.
Yeah.
That's why they have to stay there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I guess even then I'd advocate that they go try to find something better for themselves.
Yeah.
Quitting any job like without a backup plan is a risk. But
I also
it'd be
wanted to
like
bring
that.
up that most people, like our parents would say, man, like you guys are not working enough. Or you guys, at my age, I was working 2 jobs and like had 5 kids, at home type of thing. So they would say that we're fucking lazy because we're not like doing what they were doing
yeah.
at our age. So you guys think you're all lazy?
Yeah, sometimes. But I feel like I also am not hard on myself about that anymore. Because I know that there's so many other factors that contribute to who I am and what I have planned in my life than just being employed or not being employed.
I'm also just not trying to comply, like stay there. Like call me lazy, but I'm not gonna stay at this job because I fucking hate it. I'll be a stay-at-home daughter for a little bit until I find a better job.
I don't think I'm lazy. I just like people, these corporations are racking up so much money, and like the cost of living here in California has gone up and minimum wage has not gone up. So like we're seeing how unsustainable this job market like is. By just working, some people can't even make ends meet. Like they have to work 2-3 jobs to make ends meet. And they work themselves to the core, to the point of burnout.
Yep.
And there's like no way out.
Nope, that's their life until like they retire. And even then, people are still working after retirement.
Literally in America, there's like 80-year-olds that are still working. And then in the media, it's like these wholesome stories. Like, there's nothing wholesome about a 76-year-old man, like,
still having to work to
still
pay
having,
his
yeah,
house off.
literally. What the fuck? Damn.
I don't see that in my future. Like
I'm not trying to do that.
I'm trying to just like work 4 hours a day and like make a living out of that. And I don't know,
able
retire.
to travel. I want to be able to travel too whenever I want.
Book your trip, pick up your bags and go and get paid at the same time.
Yep.
Making money while you're on the go.
But everyone has their own like journeys, you know, through life. They have to work 2 jobs for a reason. They have to go through all those things. We're very fortunate enough to have grown up how we grew up and not have to work that hard, right? I guess we could all say that.
Yeah, I know that, you know, even like my older siblings, how different it is for them and for me. Like, my brothers were working at like age 14, 15. Like, working and going to high school. So, you know, I understand, but I'm also not going to neglect all of the like resources I have now. I'm going to take advantage of all of that and try to make something out of myself that way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a one-way street. And I think there's a lot of misconception about that like, if you're not following this career path, you graduate high school, college, get a job, stay there, retire.
And it's not that way anymore, bro.
Mm-mm. And like, I think people think that that's the only way to live a successful life. And like, that's not the case at all. There's so many other options, especially now. So I choose that way.
And different lifestyles are being proliferated in the media. Like, we're seeing how different people live, different people, like, their different career paths and the way they're making money.
These
like,
freaking TikTokers, young ass kids,
making
YouTubers,
thousands, even $1 million deals.
Yeah, I think Lily said this earlier that, you know, she sees a lot of, I don't know if you said potential, but you like see us great things for us.
Yeah.
And like, I agree. Like, yes, I said I'm lazy, but I'm also hardworking. Like, as long as I give a shit about what I'm working on. If not, bare minimum is what I'm giving you.
Minimum
giving
wage,
bare minimum.
bare minimum.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I think I'm at a point where I'm being allowed to experiment in making a living or like building something from the ground up. But besides the podcast, I want to dive into something else. I don't know what that is yet. Like, I have a few ideas, but I just need to work on the execution. I'm not executing. I'm just
Planning.
going about my life. No, I'm
Oh.
just going about my life, living, trying to survive each day.
But what are your like current or like maybe current and also future goals for yourself? Moving forward with like career.
I really want to get
jobs.
into cannabis here in Long Beach.
Okay.
Like, get into the Long Beach cannabis market. Sorry,
Okay.
we were slightly interrupted.
Brief interruption.
But yeah, I want to break through into the Long Beach cannabis industry. I was saying that there's a lot of resources going on right now, and I would love to create something and have something on my own at a dispensary here in Long Beach, and I think that'd be pretty awesome.
What about you?
Oh.
Jinx.
For me, right now, like I mentioned before, my latest dream was to be a counselor at a high school. Not to say that it's never gonna happen. Like I really truly do feel passionate about that, and I don't feel passionate about much. But I feel like that's at a pause right now because I feel really like inclined to start a new project, which is my coffee shop, along with my 2 other friends. And I feel like that's what I want to focus my energy on. So I think for me, my business moves, my big moves is looking like that pop up right now. So a small little biz owner or whatever, a pop up. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now.
It's exciting.
This one's gonna stick. I feel it.
My number one priority right now is to graduate college and then maybe get like a little job at a radio station or something. Like we could start there. So obviously my main priority, I should probably preface, is getting this podcast rolling. Like where this could be my job. That would be, the dream. But if I am working outside of this, shooting for the radio industry, news also,
Better on K-Rock.
to bring the two together would be amazing. So, yeah. Broadcast journalists, watch out, watch your back.
Would you be in a talk show, like a live TV talk show?
I don't know about live TV,
Daytime talk
but I would
show?
do a daytime talk show, I think.
A talk show, like a little mini segment.
I did say I wanted to be Ellen DeGeneres in the beginning of this episode.
I don't know.
Well, her
Keep your
job
options
Her
open.
job is done, so
Hey, you
there's
guys
gonna
are
be
hiring.
airtime.
Well, I'm putting that into the universe for all of us. I really do believe we are capable of all that and more. This podcast is an example of it.
We're doing the damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Yes, we're gonna be back next week.
Hopefully with the guest. Hopefully with a guest.
Oof, we're making promises now.
Maybe. We'll see. You'll see. Tune in next week. Until then, thank you so much for watching. We hope you liked our episode 2. What do you want to be when you grow up? Hope you reflected on all the little cute jobs that you wanted to do and what you're doing now. Hope you're loving what you're doing now.
And if not, don't be afraid to quit. And
Don't
go
settle.
Find something
Don't
that
feel stuck.
you do
It's
love.
Like, I love quitting. It's my favorite thing.
Ugh, I hate quitting.
Sending that email.
So like relieving. Like
I be texting Vero, can you like form this email for me? I'm out of here.
Me.
But yeah,
don't forget to watch us on YouTube at the Girlies Pod.
follow us
And-
on Instagram.
At the Girlies Pod, and listen to us every Thursday on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and now on YouTube.
See.
Follow our individual Instagrams at Huevos con Weenie 2 S's.
At Veronica Towers.
At Eric V. Chavez, and I want to have this conversation rolling even after we premiere this episode. What did you guys want to be when you were growing up? And if so, are you like working in that dream job?
So we'll see you guys next week. It's been a blast. TTYL. Mwah.
Bye.
Good night.